Order, pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Tom Bass is absent, Alan Donaldson, Nathan Bernard.
Here.
Cindy Feiler. Here. Candy Wade is absent. All right, public comments.
Well, I was going to ask Mary to read this last week when I was in Montana, so I'll just read it here. And I know maybe we're a little somber on the accident that happened, but anyway, I said, "Dear City Council, thank you very much for opening the Union Swimming Pool this summer. Seeing the children and parents walking up the hill, driving up the hill, has really been great. The voices of the children while in the pool carries down, and it sounds like they're having so much fun. It's really nice to have a pool to offer children and families in this town for summer fun. It's also good for employment of teenagers as lifeguards and adults, and pool managers, chemical testers, all those involved. All of this adds up to bringing people to Union. A special thank you to Nathan Bernard for heading up the volunteer efforts to clean up and paint the pool, the bathhouses, and getting it ready. Thank you, Nathan. You did a great job. Your efforts are appreciated by many people, even if we don't say so. Let's keep our pool alive and going strong."
Thank you, but we need to acknowledge it was more my sister than me this year, so.
Well,
Thank her.
Yeah.
okay. Didn't know that, but you were the man in charge as far as I knew.
And not to be a Debbie Downer here, but the grass that you have growing up on the easement there, it's an obstruction to people driving out. I know. And I'd hate to have a kid get hit,
Yeah,
you know,
I would too.
yeah.
But it was the trees, now it's the grass,
Yeah.
then after I get rid of the grass, it'll be the lilies that have been there for 20 years.
My
So
lilies are not
maybe
growing.
people need to slow down.
Well, they're not tall either.
I have
so-
some tall weeds in,
Sure
but
they
if they
do.
wanna cut those down, it'd be fine.
Yeah. But I was just saying that even I come down and,
Well, another thing, how about these people that are parked along the road, when you go, you have to go clear out and out to see.
oh, I
mean,
know,
So what, isn't that obstruction too?
well, there's no parking there, so,
But that's as bad as your weeds, right?
Probably worse.
And there's a lot of them now.
yeah, well, yeah.
Maybe I
there-
should
there's
just gravel
something
it.
to it. Yeah.
I'd like to know when they're gonna put the mower on the side of the tractor so they can mow weeds down. It's sitting down there at the shed, ain't been put on the side of the tractor yet. And all those big tall weeds that they dug them ditches out with.
I'm looking for volunteers, are you available?
To what?
Drive the tractor, no,
Yeah.
I don't have insurance for it.
Yeah.
I've heard that one before.
They're what?
I'll tell John to put it on. I hadn't even,
Well, why don't you spray them? Kill the weeds with the spray.
you spray it with 2,4-D.
Well, that'll take care of the weeds.
We can
And
get
then you
it,
have 3 to 6 foot dead weeds sitting there.
we'll mow it off.
Mowing's better.
We'll mow it and then spray it.
Well, I see that mower down there, it looks like crap anyhow, they got the cover on it. Don't even look like it's been sharpened. And then he takes all the park benches down there and they sit there, you'll tear them apart. I just kinda question the little things that are getting done. And my other complaint was about coming in the east of town and looking at that mess down there yet. And that's been, what, how many years?
I'm gonna hurry up.
It's been 15, 20, 25 years since that's been dealt with.
I just sent an email off to a company to hire, listen to me, to hire them to come in and do it, because it's not, it's gonna cost the city, but it's not something that anybody in this city needs to do. We're gonna hire a company from out of town to come in and do it and have the deputies walk. Done and over with. You sink teeth into one and it'll end everything in town, I think. But you're right, it's been 15 or 20 years,
Yes, it-
and nobody's ever got anything done,
That's right.
because
Amen.
nobody,
Even Nathan and I went to court over that mess.
Yeah.
We had nothing done with judges and lawyers, and
2 days in jail.
it's about time they do something with this.
that's why we wanna hire, I'm waiting on their bid to come back. I took pictures, sent them off to them, they wanted to see that, so they could give us a quote.
All right,
I actually sent it off for 3 different properties.
you're right, there's about
I-
3 of them that's a mess.
I picked the three habituals.
Right.
I got one. Like usual. We had, a bad windstorm about a year ago. Down there on Barkley, which is Steel Smith Road, it took, the street light right off, the end of it. The pole is still there, the wiring is still there, but it took the end off. And I saw a couple Lion Energy guys there when I was mowing out there, and I asked them about it. Oh, they didn't have that light, they didn't have it. Where's the light? I don't know, I said, the limb hit it, I reckon it's out in the field someplace.
They've been called, Tom Bay's called them about it, they're supposed to come put one up there and at another place in town. I know Alliance did
That's
well.
been a month ago.
You know how it is to get Alliance to do anything. All we can do is call them, I can't tell what they're wired.
Okay.
They've been called, they've been told there's 3 of them gone in town that were originally there. They're supposed to come replace them with LED.
There's another light pole halfway down that street, and it ain't worked for a year.
They've been notified,
Okay.
they've been called.
Moving along, approval of agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Go to comments, if you have anything you want to say. Great.
I'll second it.
Okay, roll call, Tom Bays is absent, Alan Donaldson,
Yes.
Nathan Bernard,
Yes.
Cindy Clemens.
Yes.
Candy Wade is absent. Approval of the consent agenda, May regular meeting minutes and claims paid.
Okay, on claims paid, since there's 3 of us, we're all gonna have to approve it. We'll have to remove Union Auto because I have a conflict of interest there, so. I'm good with everything else, but just moving that into next month. I'm thinking I could probably get any late fees waived.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, roll call, Tom Bays is absent, Alan Donaldson,
Yes.
Nathan Bernard.
Yes.
Cindy Clemens.
Yes.
Candy Wade is absent. All right. Reports.
You have one?
I'm just going over these. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
say
the,
Rhonda's have been here and Archie
And-
Cummings has been here and
yeah, the sheriff and Rhonda's are in there, not much, John is not here. I know he wanted to mention something about the dirty gut and putting it on the easements. I don't know why that would mean a whole lot of it, but I guess I'll mention it because I know he had it on the board, so.
We were talking about, kind of specifically, my house on that corner there where it's really low right by the fire hydrant that does not work. If we could get dirt put in there since it's city easement, use the dirt from there.
I talked to you about one too, didn't I, Ellen? Yeah, down by my house.
Yeah.
Because the city street sign is, the dirt's below the
Yeah.
concrete of that one. But
There's a tile on that one though,
yeah,
but I don't know where it goes.
I
I don't
think
think there's any at Macy's, but I don't know.
Oh, it's not really on it, but
Yeah,
I know he
he
would
just
have
mentioned
mentioned
it.
that, and if he was here, he would have said that. And he would have been here last week, but.
Well, then you're gonna end up having people wanting the city to haul the dirt to where people have taken out their stumps. We went down and shoveled ours.
No Drive, or Jake Mart of Iowa said that they wanted it to go back, all the dirt they brought down there, they want to go back to the city to help clean up stumps and stuff. I would say if somebody wants it, they can go get it, I don't know.
Well, right,
Yeah,
but what I'm
right.
saying, John didn't
But
do it
it's not on
for
the
us.
agenda, so we can't even
yeah.
worry about it right now. I'll have to look at that one down there.
We can put that. I just left it up because he wasn't here and I didn't have any answers for, about it, but Lacey probably needs to.
Are you worried about your fire hydrant
It's been done.
not working?
No, it doesn't work.
Are you worried about it though, in front of your house?
No.
You don't care whether it does or not?
There's one just down the block that works.
I don't know whether the new one works at my place, does it?
No, we never hooked it up, but it made you feel good, we put it in, didn't we?
Well, listen, Allison, I got a fight with you, turn around here and look at me. Why did you do that? You made a mess, there's a hole there and I don't see a filter.
I know, but you wanted a fire hydrant there, so we put it
When
there.
you took the other one, I wanted it and you didn't give it to me.
It's city
So what's
property,
the
you
deal?
can't have it.
Oh, what, I love you.
She's lived here long enough, she should be grandfathered. Right, Mary?
Right.
See?
There was
Great,
multiple
great,
fire
great.
hydrants that didn't work
Great,
when Marty was the
There you
mayor
go.
and when your husband were the mayor and nothing got fixed, so I'm not gonna
Oh,
reach much about
bullcrap,
it.
listen. Okay, let's get up and smack him like he used to when he was in school.
So Lacey's gonna give a report on the pool.
So we're gonna have the baby pool open on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays right now. That's the plan. Our daily attendance average has been 26 patrons a day. And then we've sold 17 family passes and 10 single passes. So,
And I can attest, she's put a lot of work into it. My report, I do have one thing, Deb Presser called, she's the chair of the Iowa Ride that weekend, right, or something. She wanted the mayor or council person to call her and discuss it with her, whether union wanted to do anything. Now, if you want it, I got her name and phone number.
Troy was interested in doing something, so
Oh,
we'll get that
okay,
to Troy.
maybe I'll
I'll say,
email
Cindy,
her.
do you wanna,
done.
you wanna call, Cindy?
It's not rag bright, it's the alternative.
Okay, I want to talk about the bubble too, and I'll give it to you.
Does the city itself want to do anything, or, I mean, I'm just trying to remember back when Ragbri went through. And I think this Iowa ride, I think they're weekending it all
It's just one
in
day.
Eldora.
It's one day, it's
And they're
36
making one big loop
It's
and heading
36
back to
miles, is that
Eldora.
right?
yes,
Yeah.
yep.
So 8 miles down from Eldora. So I mean, I don't know what she had in mind, it was just a message, but, so somebody.
Well, if you'll call Cindy, and when is the ride?
It is, hold on, I'll tell you, I got it pulled up here. July 16th through the 18th.
Yeah,
Right,
so bike ride will be
it's
the 17th.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when they're coming through Union.
Yeah.
Oh, so
We're
it's a
They
Friday?
start in Eldora, so 8
They
months, no,
stay
Saturday.
down in Eldora.
Oh, it's a Saturday.
It's-
Okay.
it's-
I think they
Oh.
were making a big loop and then
And
going
they
back
go
to
to New
Eldora.
Providence.
It's
and
Eldora to
Steamboat.
Gifford to Union to
Ended
New
up back in
Providence to
Eldora.
Owasso to Steamboat back to Eldora.
Oh, we're the 100-mile loop?
No, it's like
36 and a half.
Oh, this is
They
the
start in
rag
Eldora
bright.
and come here.
Okay, so
Is
if
there
you'll call and
something
find out,
the city would want to do,
Well-
or just kind of feel her out and get
Feel her
some-
out.
Well, maybe see what she needs.
Wants to know if we're gonna do anything.
Yeah, but she wanted to discuss it.
As
She
long
said
as
chair,
they-
one of the chairs.
As long as the
So,
people don't go down on my property and relieve themselves like the Ragbris did out in public.
Troy was in and asked me about it, he's talking about something Snap, doing a partnership with them, so he
that
has.
would be,
Okay.
Maybe
Well,
4-H.
that picture.
maybe 4-H group that has something, or church group,
Big special there.
you know, so
yeah.
there was an inquiry, if anybody wanted to do it. So I did hear from our lawyer, the quit claim deed has been sent in again to the recorder. They fixed what they needed to fix, which was Peg Grundy County instead of Grundy County. And
So how long will it take now?
well, I don't know, I haven't heard.
Okay.
Oh, we got, when was the letter, was this week, or last week when they, yeah. Yeah, I know, I figured you did good.
Up and down Route
Well, at least he answered you, because
Yeah.
we've tried to communicate
So
with
what
him,
did
and
he, just said, oh, well, we missed
I
it?
believe it was on its way back to the courthouse to be recorded, was my understanding. And whatever they needed was taken care of.
Right. And then another trial for the dogs of the Rickers. There's a pre-trial conference, phone conference again on June 17th.
Thursday.
Yeah, and so he's listening on those, so.
No, I'm not listening, I just get a hold of Barry fills me
It's,
in.
and then, well, I think I did have it too. But so those two matters are still proceeding, how's that? So in my clerk's report, I have, you know, my normal, where we were at the end of May. We will, I mean, some of this will go down again, because of course there's June bills that are not recorded on this. So we, I think we're gonna have to do a loan advance for that 71,000, hopefully just for like maybe 75,000, just to cover that deficit in the FEMA account. And the road use tax we'll probably take care of because there's money in streets. So we'll just move that money from streets into, make road use tax zero out at the end of the fiscal year. So that won't be done, but that'll take care of that. We had, the loan payments came out 1st of June, so they're not reflected on this either, but I thought I'd let you know. And we have no problem with the water one. The sewer one right now looks a couple thousand short, but that's without any of the bills recorded for June. So, in any case, right now it's $2,000, which is much better than we've been in other years. So, that just won't, I don't think it'll have that big of an impact. Because I'm sure by the time all the bills come in for that sinking fund, and they're recorded against it, we probably will be just reaching on the, you know, on the edge, but it won't be like other years. In other years, all we've done is taken money out of sewer to make up that amount. So, but we're looking like, we changed it so the late fees went to the sewer fund, and that's made a difference in that. So we'll see what comes up next. So that's where the loans are. Remaining balances are there. The water tower one that's a 30-year loan, so that one just doesn't.
Doesn't do anything, does it?
No, it doesn't. So, and then the payment for the sewer is larger because that was only a 20-year loan. So, you know, that's why that access fee for the loan payment is so different from the water one. But I mean, if you pay it off 10 years sooner, that's not a bad thing. And so unless you have questions or anything.
And discuss an action, agenda request concerning angle parking and ditch cleanout. Was that supposed
That
to be
was
Floyd?
Mr. Hammers, and he's not here.
So, move along.
Yeah, let's say no action taken.
All right. Second reading ordinance 164, an ordinance amending the code of ordinance of the City of Union by provisions pertaining to sewer surface usage and access fees. All right. Can I say the waive? Can I do number 3 also?
Well, let's do the
just do this.
second reading,
Okay.
so.
So monthly water usage, first 1,000 gallons or less will be $20.98 for a minimum bill. All over 1,000 gallons, based on water usage attributable of the customer for the property served at a rate of $2.20 per 1,000 gallons. Access fee is $19.50. All right, so anybody want to make a motion?
Can we waive it just 3 of us? We need, what's the requirements there?
I don't know.
Okay.
Want to not waive it and have a third reading? Okay.
Alrighty. Moving on.
Make a motion to
Oh.
approve ordinance 164.
Second?
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Second reading of ordinance 165, an ordinance amending the code of ordinance of the City of Union, Iowa by amending provisions pertaining to water rates and fees.
Did we
First-
not get those ordinances in our packet?
Well, I did it last time, and I can print them if you'd
Oh,
like.
no.
Okay.
These are just the change in the rates for the yearly.
Yeah, that's just.
First
your
1,000
2%.
gallons or less, it'd be $12.80 for minimum bill. all over 1,000 gallons based on water usage attributable to the customer for the property served at a rate of $3.35 per 1,000 gallons. Access fee is $13.
Make a motion to approve second reading of ordinance 165.
Alright, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the next one is first reading ordinance 166, amending provisions to angle parking, waive second and third readings, adopt ordinance 166.
So the first, we're getting rid of one, removing one part of it and then replacing it with this, the other angle
Okay.
parking was
She
listed.
didn't do number 5, did she? The way.
We can't waive it, because there's people.
We're not gonna be able to waive this one either.
Oh. Okay, so, being enacted by the City Council of the City of Union, Iowa, Section 1, Section modified. Section 69.03 of the Code of Ordinance of the City of Union, Iowa is repealed and the following adopted in lieu thereof. 69.03 angle parking, angle or diagonal parking is permitted only in the following locations. Commercial Street, south side from 3rd Street to Main Street, Library. Commercial Street, north side of Main Street to Alley, Church. Center Street, north side of 2nd Street to 303 Center Street, Outreach. Section 2, repealer. An ordinance or parts of ordinance in a conflict with the provisions of the ordinance are hereby repealed. Do I need to read this then, or just the parts that we changed?
Well, the parts that you changed, the other
Okay.
is the repealer, if people want it read to, but they have the copies in front, right? Of that one, of the,
Alright,
yeah.
so,
That's the standard ordinance
Change that.
verbiage.
okay.
That we have in every ordinance that we
Mhm.
do, it's just,
Yeah. So was Commercial Street, that one's already in there, right? And Main,
Yeah,
okay, we just added this over here.
yeah. And got rid of, I think it still had front buy and sell as anchor parking. Or,
Oh.
no, I think that
Yep.
was still listed,
Okay,
if I read it right.
okay. All right, so somebody want to make a motion to accept
I'll
the
make a
first,
motion.
approve the, yeah,
Approve first reading.
I'll second that.
okay. Roll call, Tom Bates is absent, Alan Donaldson,
Yes.
Nathan Bedard,
Yes.
Cindy Clevens.
If I don't agree, do I say no?
Okay. Candy Wade is absent. So ordinance not passed.
no, you just did the first reading.
Oh.
I mean, the ordinance is.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
sorry,
2-1,
yeah,
you've got it. That's what you
Yeah,
need to vote
okay.
on.
yeah,
So,
sorry. All right, approve resolution 21-08, stop sign placement.
that was, that's a cut and paste error. It was a no parking sign. The ordinance says no parking sign, my agenda said stop sign because I used the example that was there.
I think we probably ought to table this one until next month too, since.
Just as well.
We should,
Okay.
time together.
So you're moving the table,
Yeah.
second,
Got a second?
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approve Ginger Snap cigarette license.
I'll make a motion to approve Ginger Snap cigarette license.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approve pool manager to take CPO training.
Make a motion to approve pool manager to take CPO training.
When is it?
It's, to do the chemical
Yep.
testing.
Yeah, when
No,
is
I
it?
said when.
They have a July 13th and 14th, a class then. And it's all, because of COVID right now, it's all online. You don't actually have to go to class.
I'll second it.
That would be tough.
Okay,
Can't wait for that.
we'll do a roll call. Tom Bays is absent, Alan Donaldson,
Yes.
Nathan Bedard,
Yes.
Cindy Clevens.
Yep.
Candy Wade is absent. Okay. Update ditch storm drain on Commercial Street. Oh, that's the one down here.
We just had it and tabled it for 3 months in a row, so, I don't, Alan, were you gonna look into it?
I've got one quote back, I'm waiting on another one.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Got you, Vicki?
no action taken, yeah. Park Committee, well, she's not here, and Kitty's not here, and John's not here, and,
Okay,
okay. And
your
then
bottom paper.
the well pit bid. This is what Dennis has been waiting for. Everything down there in that well pit, he says, is in pretty bad shape. It's getting rusty and corroded and. Did Ron only get this one bid then?
Yep. I mean, it's not for over 50, you know, $50,000 or something, but yes, this is the one, they actually sent it to me, and she also sent it to me, so.
Do we know the last time things were ever done to it?
Just put in.
Probably,
Okay.
other than things that have gone wrong or something, or we needed something done down there.
Am I correct, we got 34,000 in water?
Yeah.
The ending balance here.
And that, yeah, and that should remain pretty,
Constant.
yeah, it won't vary very much.
There's also been floating around there in a full well too, it's hasn't been serviced in like 15 years.
Where's that at?
I saw an email, it was like 15,000.
From Monmouth?
That's right, that was that email we got, that was a huge number.
There is one somewhere.
We don't have it.
No.
I remember seeing it.
Well, but whether, I don't have a file to open it. May 18th.
Was it from Rhonda?
Did I forward it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to see if there's a well house bid, which I'm thinking is a bigger one than the other one. Yeah. I'm sure what it is, that's this one. But this is May 13th, so it might be this one.
Figured there's a bigger one somewhere, because it was astronomical. I was just curious what that was.
Yeah.
I thought that was well. Well, that was the well house bid on the 18th.
That was this one, okay.
Table down there with
Well house bid, well house bid.
the one part of the top section and all that down there.
I always forget to check my spam or junk mail, because that's where Rhonda's comes to when I do the house one.
I don't know that I saw one of those, probably true.
Would you help me go down and see what I'm doing? At least
Go
you
back.
have it. Make shit for short up here now for table.
I know, that's what I said.
Too old.
It's like-
Wood. Yeah, yes, it's- Be tore apart. Well,
You didn't find
This
it?
one doesn't need to know. I don't remember either. But yeah, this is so there's 3 sheets.
Do I need
for you
to-
sign.
Okay, I was gonna say, what do I need to sign?
So I think your representative, and then this is
Oh.
some sort of thing, title of authorizing, you know.
We need to do something in there. And then maybe it'll make their, I was trying to remember if theirs was detailed plumbing too.
I wonder if John ever bought the tin for the roof, because he was gonna do
I
that.
was just thinking about that.
He talked to me about buying it, and I said, yeah, just go.
That was a long time ago.
Bullshit.
Then it was discussed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
wanna
'cause
find
we-
out if the bid, 'cause I almost swear this wasn't in there. On another company.
Was it that company that came down here that night,
What night was that?
of the derecho?
Oh, wait, clear back in.
Yeah, but the bid came in. But I think it had this plus pulling the well, because the well's never been serviced in like 15 years. So it was gonna be a big project. But I think they had this in it, because they were gonna fix it. It was a big bill.
So it would have been from that company.
I can't remember it. I can't remember the company's name.
Can't either.
Let's email Rhonda, I don't, because if they're gonna tear all this apart, pull that well, which they're gonna have to tear part of it apart, we just will have it in one lump sum.
You know, they call Rhonda.
We're gonna have to call her, get an email or something from her.
Okay.
Should we table the bid until next month?
Second.
All of them, say aye.
Uh,
I'll call Rhonda.